Hey, 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 what's going on, good people? This is D Train coming back at you one more time. Trying to do it again. Yeah, so you guys pretty much you see the title. S whole countries. Let's explore. And is it fake news? I mean, is it blown out of proportion? Were they all talking like that? And then they just said, hey, because the other day I do know they sent the press out of the room in that big meeting they had at the White House. So, on that front, I could see how you wouldn't want a whole bunch of press in there. And it was a private meeting, and it's like, okay, so where can you really have any privacy and talk straight up talk, because I was listening to it. I was listening to some of the comments and I was like, man, me and my homeboys, you get us in a room, man, we just chilling and talking, man. We're gonna say all kinds of craziness. And something like that might drop. But at that level, if that was said, and when I say that, I mean there are a few different versions of what was supposedly said in the news. So, you got to kind of take a look at it. But I think what's being missed is a lot of times people pay attention to the words being used, but they don't really think about the concept of what's being said, and that's the real issue. So let's explore. Supposedly, he asked, "Why are we always taking in these people from these s-hole countries?" Right? That's supposedly what was being said, or that was supposedly the comment. Now, since he said something to the effect that he didn't say that, or it was that was vulgar and that wasn't something that he would have said. But anyway, let's go. Let's get into why. I hate to go straight there, but I kind of okay. Look at the Berlin conference. You know, look at the Berlin conference where all these European countries went in and they carved up Africa and they laid claims to a lot of the resources that were there. And the people of those countries, they pretty much didn't know what was going on. They saw these people showing up with this, machinery, extracting resources, gold, or whatever. I'm just saying, like, you look at Haiti. Goodness gracious, man, Haiti's been, under assault for years. I mean, not assault, but if you look at Haiti, man, Haiti, it's almost like they got this black cloud over them. It's on the same island as Dominican Republic, and the French and the Spanish. They've been fighting over that land for a minute. And then it came into the hands of the people, and hurricanes. The Clintons. They just have all kinds of issues. Okay, so I don't know. They even sent some people there from African Americans or freed slaves there, and they said that's okay. Or no, I think they said okay, you can go here if you want to create your own colonies or you want to create your own community or whatnot. They sent some people there. They came back. They came back, so it's rough. It's rough there, period. For some reason. Um, but they are our people. I think we should help them. But how do you help? That's the question. Let's hop over to Libya. You had a guy in there. Some people said he was killing his own people. They were stable, rich country, found water in the desert. Africa loved him. And then you got Hillary Clinton talking about we came, we saw, he died. Ha 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 ha. Okay. Now you have a black African Libyan genocide going on in his absence. I'm talking about Muammar Gaddafi. Um, so it's not completely without outside involvement in a lot of these cases. Okay, I guess that's my main point. Uh, so I guess I would say this. Oh, but before I say that, let me go back to Libya. So now you got these these Libyans. I want to say they're Libyans. You got a lot of black people getting on these blow up boats, trying to get to just close enough to Italy to where they say, okay, yeah, we can grab you and take you in. Okay. Now I can't say that I blame them if they trying to get away from some people who are trying to kill them. But at the same time, who created that situation? Who precipitated that situation in the first place? Okay, so that's that. All right. So you ask the question, why are we taking these people in? The Obama administration, NATO, Hillary Clinton, uh, France, what was it? Nicolas Sarkozy, Sarkozy. I'm sorry, to all my Hungarians. Nicolas Sarkozy went in there, took him out, took out like some of his family. They destroyed documents in these in these bombings because from what I remember, just from off the top of the dome, is that there was evidence that Gaddafi had funded part of the campaign of Nicolas Sarkozy. So I think he wanted to get rid of the evidence, and I, I'm assuming that they had some kind of intel on where it was, and it happened to be at a house where some of Gaddafi's family was killed. Okay, so you know now one of Gaddafi's sons is out, and he's trying to take the helm, I think. But anyway, that's so I'm not saying we need to take in these people, but I was against that in the first place. You know what I'm saying? I was against that. So if I'm against that, why am I responsible when I was against the people who wanted to go in there in the first place, and take out a guy who's denying it. And now that we look back, maybe he was maybe he was, putting pressure on the right people. Because look at it now. And where did all that money go? Where's that oil money going? That fine crude. Where's that money going? You know, follow that. Maybe we might get some answers. But that's neither here nor there. So if you really look at these S-hole countries, I think if you look deep enough, and you might not even have to look that very deep, you can see how a lot of outside involvements have infiltrated the system. Hell, in some of these countries, man, the leaders of the country don't even look like the people. You know what I mean? So, so outside involvement can really screw up a country in a culture. So, to answer that question, why are we taking in these people from other countries? I'm gonna say it's probably like guilt. They felt guilty somehow. Maybe Barack was like, yeah, maybe I was on the wrong side of that. Yeah, let's take in a whole bunch of people. I don't think that was it. But in the minds of the people who might find themselves on the progressive side of things, I would say they probably know some stuff, but they don't go far enough. And the implications of having mass people coming into your country who, a lot of times won't assimilate. Even if some of them don't assimilate, they have their own cultures, but they assimilate in some kind of fashion within this framework. And some people just like, no, I'm going in there and I'm going to bum rush the show, you know, and you can't just take everybody. Now, I think with a president like Trump, I think it would be. I genuinely believe that he has a good heart. So if he really wanted to help these countries, he would take his business and infrastructure knowledge and drop it on some of these um, less fortunate s-hole countries. You know, because evidently it hasn't been happening up to this point, and we know about how these administrations send in these infiltrators under the radar and try to stir up some craziness. you know I hate to throw around like three-letter agencies, but it has happened. It's probably happening now, but I'm just saying, if he really wanted to explore that, I would say you would start there. Say, hey, look, y'all got these issues, and at least I can help with some business knowledge on, like, I mean, how would that look? You know what I mean? Who should be the first one to extend that? You know, but the media right now is all in. They all in on that. Hey, he said it. Now he's coming out and saying that he didn't say it. So is it fake news? I wonder. I don't know. Maybe he said something like that, but it was referring to, uh, we could play that game all day. But the question is, I mean, what difference can we make right now, especially when we're trying to fix our issues here? We got a lot of leaks in the boat that we trying to clean up here, and they off on this. We trying to say, look, let's fix this. Let's get the boat going, and then we can maybe pick up some stuff on the way. We can't we can't keep picking up stuff and the boat's still leaking. We're gonna sink. You know. So I understand why he if he did make the comment, why he would have made a comment like that. And I hate it in my own case when people get hung up on the words you use, but maybe my delivery could be better. I don't know. Maybe I could do a better job that way. If I know the sensitivities of other people, maybe I should try a little bit harder. I'm just saying, you know, if we could all be a little bit less sensitive on some issues, that would be great. But and Dick Durbin, man, oh man, he's a freaking a-hole, dude. He's a dude. He was sitting there in that meeting when they had the White House, the Republicans and the Democrats. I watched the whole thing probably 4 or 5 times in its entirety. He seemed all nice and stuff, like, yeah, well, let's get this one first thing done, and now he's just gonna come back. And now they starting to say that he's got a record for like embellishing stuff, just like that dude Wolf. Hell, he probably was like one of the dudes that helped the Michael Wolf book. Excuse me. I know that's probably garbage, but whatever. It's just these Weasley dudes, man. He seemed like one of the good guys in the room trying to get some things done, and I think this probably, maybe this was the plan all along to sabotage the negotiations, so that they say he failed. Oh, he called these countries s-holes. We can't talk to somebody like that. We can't negotiate. We can't be in a room. Hey, do you disavow those statements? You got people all over the damn world talking about this now. It's an embarrassment. And if you did say it, I have to say, oh man, I was at the bank. I went into the bank trying to pay my mortgage. Yeah, I know it's the 12th of the damn month, but hey, it ain't the 15th, damn it. So I'm in the bank. Hey, what's up, Carlos? What's going on, dog? The Henny at? Nah, man. Hey, you know what? I used to. You talking about the? He said, "Where the Henny at?" Okay, so look, I'm drinking on my little, probably 70 cent, 16-ounce beer, man. Hey, look, I sometimes I go to the Walmart and I get a $3 bottle of wine, and it's still good. It's good. Some of the other brands aren't that good, but that one's pretty good. Anyway, yeah, man. So I think they did that to sabotage the whole thing, man. What you think? I think they tried to sabotage the negotiations, and because they even tried. Look, the whole time, and again, I'm saying I saw the thing 4 to 5 times at least, rewinding it, going back. I'm looking at different people's body language, the situational context of the last statement versus this state. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting into this thing, man. And I was like, and in. I went in and I was like, wait a minute. I took notes. I made like time tabs, and I remembered specifically. He said, I think clean bill means DACA, uh, border security, and ending the lottery system and the chain migration. Durbin comes out and says, "Oh, you know, you chains and migrations. It makes people think about slavery." I'm like, dude, shut up. Just shut it. Just shut your hole. You suck. Oh my goodness, man. How disingenuous could you be when I mean, I was listening to, man, I tell you what, I watched Lionel, and if you ever get a chance to watch Lionel Nation, I watched his video this morning. He had like 20 some, 50 some, something views, and he had like, a few likes, 5 or 6, 7, 8 likes. I was one of them, right? My daughter was like, "How many friends, subscribers does he have?" I was like, "Look at it. He's got like 160 something, right? Thousand." She was like, "Well, that's not that many views." I was like, "But baby, he just put this video up just now." So I said, "Let's do an experiment." I said, "Let's look to see how many views he has after you get out of school." We came back. He had like 24 to 26,000 views on that thing, right? And I was like, "See, you just got to give it time, you know." But it was just amazing because he was talking about this whole thing too, the whole S-hole thing, and that he boiled it down so perfectly. And I watched some other people and I listened to, different people talk about it. And I came to my own conclusion after watching that DACA meeting, the meeting that they had, what was it, Tuesday? I watched it, and to my own conclusion on that day, I knew Lindsey Graham was looking for a soundbite. He did that intentionally because he knew those cameras were on. He knew the cameras were rolling. And he says, "Mr. President, you got to close the deal." They probably set that up just because they knew that they were going to sabotage it afterwards with something crazy. Now I don't know. He might have said it, and hell, I'd probably support him saying it too. But he's saying he didn't say it, so I support him saying he didn't say it. The thing I'm saying is the meaning behind it. I don't think it's a racial thing. I think, look, man, it could be anywhere. Like, why are we taking people in distress? Is what he's saying. We've been doing that for a while, and maybe he's trying to change some things around a little bit. Reshuffle. They even had JFK's quote on that was similar in nature. So I'm like, get a man some leeway, dude. Hell, and if you did say it, maybe knowing your adversaries are in the room and they out to stab you in the back at any cost, maybe if he did say it, maybe now you got to choose your words a little bit differently, even there in private conversations with some dudes that you think you should be able to have uh, 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 a frank, blunt, down to earth conversation with when you're trying to get something done with some men and women in an adult situation. Like you're speaking for a lot of people, and for them to want to sabotage that. I mean, look, you getting DACA, you got to give them the damn border. And who wants chain migration in the visa lottery system if it's allowing in people who are doing damage to your country? So I mean, really, it's like 1 to 1. I said it before. It's like 1 to 1. In his mind, you getting DACA, which is unpopular on my side, and I'm getting the border. I'm getting the border secured, which is unpopular on your side. But the country should have it anyway. Most countries have them, or something, and they're not just saying people can come in. Come on, dude. It's ridiculous. So I think a lot of this is disingenuous to say the least. And I don't know, fake news. I don't know what's fake. I don't know what's what. I wasn't in the room. That's all I could say. But I was about to do something like this 24 hours ago, maybe 26 hours ago. Now I'm glad I waited because now we got a statement and he said what he said, and I don't have to say, yeah, fuck him. Shithole countries. Dang, I slipped. See, right at the end. Dang it. Oh, well, maybe I'll go back and bleep that out. I don't know. Sorry. I almost made it too. Anyway, I was trying to go without saying it because it was all on ESPN on network news all daggone day, and I couldn't close the deal. See, hey, that's why. Hey, check it out. That's why I need to go read this book. I need to go read it. I gotta close some deals. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, man. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate you, Carlos. Don't forget to leave a like, and maybe we can get on the chat soon and chop it up. Let me know.